Hey, what's up people? It's Lohan, your personal trainer here. Today in this video I'm running you through a no equipment core workout that you can follow along with at home. Alright, here we go. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to get down onto our mats. Or if you don't have a mat, again, no equipment, so you can always do it on the floor. So we're going to jump into a plank. We're going to do an exercise that I like to call the corner plank. So we're going to take each corner of the plank, both arms and both legs, and just raise them up towards the sky individually while holding that plank. It's going to add a lot more instability to the plank. It's going to make it a lot more difficult, which is what we want, because there are some people that can hold the plank for 5-10 minutes. So we're going to make it a little bit more difficult. The corner plank, here we go. Regular plank, just keep the core engaged. Let the lower back become flat, don't arch it. So keep it flat, and then we're going to reach. We're going to keep everything stable. We're going to take our time. Keep going with that one for as long as possible. We're going to just make sure the core stays tight. We're going to keep stable and just shift your weight side to side to keep that core engaged. Alright, next up, right after that corner plank, we're going to be changing the camera angle because we're going to be needing something to hang off. Okay, so I'm assuming you have a bar, you have rings, you have a sturdy door frame that you can hang off. If you don't, there is an alternative to this exercise, which I'll get into next. But we're doing the hanging knee raises, okay? Just like it sounds, we're going to be hanging and we're going to be raising the knees. Don't let the hip flexors take over for this one, okay? A lot of people do have stronger hip flexors than their cores because of sports, because of running. Just make sure that you are activating the core, keeping it tight, and letting the lower back round, letting it flatten out as you bring those knees out. Don't try to keep good posture in this one. It's important that you let it crunch just like a crunch. You let the body crunch. That's what the abs do, okay? So we're going to be hanging and then raising the knees as high as possible and coming back down slowly. Keep it controlled. Now, if you don't have anything to hang off, you don't have a bar, if you don't have rings in my case, we're going to get back down onto the mat. We're going to be doing the reverse crunch instead of the hanging knee raises. So, back down onto the mat. So we're going to be doing about 10 reps of those. Just bring the lower back off the floor. Let your core take over and let that lower back round. So we are going to bring the hips off the floor. Alright, exercise number 3, we're going to be doing the Russian twist, okay? So a rotational exercise for the core. Very important to hit some of these too. So we're going to bring the legs up. We're going to have the arms close, so I'm just going to twist. Twist. Just keep the core tight, keep the abs in. Now, if you want to make that one a little bit more difficult, we're going to grab some kind of weight. We're going to grab something you're lying around. Anything heavy, a big water bottle or something. It will progress the movement. It will make it more difficult. So I'm just going to hold that in the arms, just again. Keep the core tight. Keep stable. And And it's more about resisting the rotation rather than pushing yourself into it. So yeah, we are rotating on purpose, but then we're stopping and coming back. So that motion of stopping and coming back is the obliques firing and working and doing what they're supposed to do in the rest of the core, staying tight. All right, we're going to be changing the camera angle again for the next exercise, which is going to be the good mornings. A lower back exercise. It's important to keep in mind that the core isn't just the front, it's also the back. So the lower back is part of it, the obliques are part of it, and the abs are also part of it. So we're going to be hitting some lower back too. So, all right, good morning. So we're going to have the hands behind the head. We're going to pull the elbows back and pull the shoulder blades together. We're going to keep a slight bend in the knee. It's going to be a hip drive. So we're going to be bending the hips back first and then driving through the hips, keeping the core tight as we do. So, hands behind the head, pull the elbows back, shoulder blades together, hips back, slight bend in the knees, lean forward, and then drive back up. All right, after that one, we're moving into the crunch. Regular crunch, just a few key points that you want to keep in mind, okay? So we are going to be rolling up and rolling back down. So imagine each vertebrae coming off the floor one by one, the head coming off first and the head coming back down onto the floor last. Okay, so head first, rolling up as far as you can. Roll, 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 and then come back down slowly. Rolling it back down. A lot of people that jerk up and come back down or sit up or something. We are just rolling, just contracting the abs, not letting the hip flexors do too much, not jerking up and jerking back down. We just roll and roll back down. And you can have your arms anywhere where it's comfortable. I like crossing them over the chest. Now you don't need to worry about how high up you're rolling. Just roll as far as you can. Just about contracting the abs and coming back down. It's not a sit-up, it's a crunch, it's a real crunch. Take your time, take it slowly, and just make sure you're doing it right, okay? A lot of people, the hip flexors do just take over. Just like with the knee raises, the hip flexors just take over if they're stronger. So really focus on squeezing at the abs, pushing the lower back into the ground. That will help activate the abs too. And then we're just rolling up and rolling back down. Crunch, crunch back down. All right, after that, when we're flipping over, face down onto the mat, we're doing the Superman. Okay? So I'm gonna get down onto the mat, face down, arms overhead, and we're gonna be bringing everything up, pushing the legs up, pushing the arms up, and squeezing at the top, squeezing the glutes at the top, squeezing the shoulder blades at the top, and then coming right back down, relaxing. Okay, so. All right, the final exercise we're doing is going to be the side plank. Another static hold, just like the first plank we did. It's going to be for the obliques primarily this time, but always it's going to hit the whole core. So we're going to get down into the side plank position. Elbow down, feet stacked on top of each other, hand wherever it's comfortable, like that on the hip. And then we're just going to lift up and hold that position. Keep the core tight. Just hold it, look straight ahead. Keep the head neutral, don't let it come down or whatever. Keep it neutral. Just gonna hold that position. Just hold that side plank for as long as you can. Let's try to progressively overload every single time. Just like with any workout, we're just trying to get better. All right, there you have it. There's your short home core workout. Doesn't require any equipment. If you liked it, give it a like. Maybe share it with someone who could use a home core workout. And I'll see you in the next video.